You got it smoking. These motherfucker been smoking. You thought you been smoking. These motherfucker been smoking. They catch the charges and discharge. See the public, you can't discharge your count. When you truly charge, you can hit with the object. And with it becoming after you with the object, and now you gotta take the object into the calendar years, whether it's paper or product. They can't discharge their book because you no longer claim it to their book. As they left the physical year is not on the book in the asset, but we are talking about a shadow of the charge. You can't hold the charge if you don't redirect it back to itself. But if it's an object, you can have possession. If you witness it, you can go through registration in very practical economical scenario. Let's say you go to the store, you have money in your pocket, and you know you buy a sandwich. You walk into the store and the sandwich is $5. You have credit in your pocket, which is your money because it is a debt to the government. Being note of United States issue their liability in your asset or credit. The sandwich shop charge you $5 for your sandwich, and you take the credit card out of your pocket and you count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, $5. When you hand the cashier $5, you debit the credit. You had a hand the charge store with the physical possession of money at the same time as your sandwich shop charge you with possession of the sandwich. Because the store charges you $5, you discharge your liability to pay the sandwich by giving them credit for the pocket. Immediately after the debt of the money into the cashier possession, the cashier is now holding both items, your money and your sandwich, to avoid the crime or the criminal charge. The cashier must intentionally debt or release the sandwich from the money and the tax return of the property. You have to be careful with these government registration and taxes. Let me bust it to you. From Poo Khom, you know? I'm telling you. Registration is a simple system of record kept by the entity. It's the process. It is Secretary of State, the record UCC, as well as the corporation, the service as their second witness, which is illegible to identify the person entitled to possession of the property, whether the tangible good is tangibly service in the military, and the government is one entity entitled to rightfully possession. This is one of the only purpose is a witness distant time apart the Mother Earth. Assume principle attempt to use the authority to principle registration a good fiduciary who will working for you, i.e. Secretary of State with the UCC1 or the holder in due course by the assumed principal attempt to pursue pseudo the principal registration through the assumed ownership to your trade name. They assume the large amount liability. You decide when you pick up fiduciary, you to whom get your principal registration and to whom get the secondary registration. It is just by operation do you pick one. Whomever could get principal registration Registration and taxes are the same thing, and the scripture it says the whole world should be registered, and it's also say the whole world should be taxed depending on the version you read, and the whole world shall interesting. Can it either be paid and deduction can be given by the instruction? Interest can be registered in exemption. Can the bond must be registered to be tax exemption? Now you see the public is already understanding principle of registration and the mental effect of being in charge. The operate it. Take the corporation for instance. They say they are registered in corporation because the only real corporation. Do you understand? No, I confused. You trying to confuse? No, I talk for real. Okay. Into our body. I say into our body. Many people have difficulty getting named and register agent for the operate being made like a ticket and like where is my name is refused to give it. In that instant, your Secretary of State is as registered agent for the person who made you offer a go ahead, write the Secretary of State with the acceptance and let you hide it, let him handle it. It will let him know that the business organization is a delinquent, providing illegitimate name. For registration of the account, the Secretary of State run out of business, catch the charge and discharge. See, the public can no longer discharge the account when you truly charge. You can object by coming with the object, and you will take the object into the calendar year. And whether it's paper or product, you can take charge of the book, please, because you no longer claim in the book as left physical year. Now your book and asset, but you're now talking about shadow of the charge. You can hold the charge if you have redirect back to itself. But if it's an object, you can have possession. In witness say you can go through registration. It's a very impractical economical scenario. Let's say you go to the store, you have money in your pocket, then you go buy a big fat sandwich. You walk into the store, you have $5 for the sandwich you cannot buy. You have a credit card, which is money because the asset you created. The sandwich shop charge you $5 for the sandwich, and then for the cashier, the debit, credit, and for your hand, they charge the store and the physical possession of money at the same time. The sandwich shop charge you possession with the sandwich because they charge the store the $5. Discharge you liability. Now you pay the sandwich by giving them credit card for your pocket. Immediately after that, put the money into the cashier possession. The criminal charge the cashier must instantly debit or release the sandwich. I see too many people there sitting around, they looking scared. Promissory note to pay out debt. HJR 192 of the June 5th, 1933. It's a promissory note promised by Abraham. The government issued the balance and the exchange, the credit card, the people, the promissory note, and the debit side of United States of America government ledger, which is the debit on the public credit created by the executive order of April 5th, 1933, when they took gold away from all the circulation. Public policy is rooted in HJR 192 is a grace that create an exemption. This is your temporary saving grace. Under the grace, the law fall always payment by making contract null if the requirement payment is to be substantial, because the people didn't have any money to pay with. All that must be done now to the discharge liability. Pay your discharge or similar word, but the principle are different. Like Old Testament and New Testament, the word play the equivalent blood, gold and silver invested in the removal of liability. Execution must occur. The word discharge is equated to a paper, and even more basic, the simple coded debt and clean when you pray, and except the paper only, like the slate held on the agent angel of heaven, and they get wiped clean when you pray. You cannot pay the bill, and the bill cannot pay the debt, and the debt will not be paid. The best way you can do is exceed the offer of the HJ 192. It was in the property owner the original liability. The obligator, someone obligate to pay the debt while making problem public. Appropriate credit dollar for dollar, the debt must discharge dollar for dollar. Access representing written off the cash is a written off debt because we are the account, we are the must prove him that the tax return. The tax return, bullshit man, I got lost. Now what? Prepay? Yes. Let me explain. Let me explain the charges of the sin and the coming up at you with the shadow and the straw man. When you commit an offense of the law, the system taught you. Let's take the ticket scenario because they are very simple to display. Now you are driving down the road one day, not hurting anyone, or tailgate is out. The officer of law pull you over. It's the account receivable market. The ticket charge you with the sin because you transgression, and in essence, the ticket is the place on the book as the municipality asset which created them adapt you. In the process, the court being the collection agency for liability of your ticket. The taking of your money without providing any product, you mean that the ticket is representative of shadow. There you was no object given to you to offset the expense. The officer charged you with the shadow, hoping that you would supply the object. Being the check available payable to the clerk to cast the shadow, the officer offered to come at you with the shadow with the equivalent of the sin. That instrument putting down the debt known on you, which the equivalent of sin. The charges of sin exchange the tax you ask you to the ticket that interest the acquired. Principle being the city is thus stealing your exception. This is what the strong man takes in. The system charge you the shadow, hoping that you supply them with the object. I show no fear because you're not scared. They are calling charges without charges, or empty charges, and with it because now that you took the offer for value, now you owe them nothing. The calendar year that is important that you pay attention to what you hear. Discriminate your consciousness and say the word sin, and you thought it was all about what you hear and what they say statistically. Everything is prepaid. Everything is prepaid. Everything is prepaid.